Welcome to Love Them Knives channel. What's up? I'll tell you what's up. Kaiser's up. Kaiser on deck. There you go. Kaiser Bladesmith series. Big. And some people are going, that camo pouch just needs to change. It's getting wore out. Hey, it works. Oh, by the way, it's a pouch. And let's not name the knife companies that don't give you a pouch. There are some. Nice big pouch here. There's plastic the knife comes in. Got little compartments there for your secret agent stuff, undercover CIA, and, oh, Kaiser paperwork, and, yeah, Kaiser microfiber cloth. Keeping this all together for my buddy in New York, Mr. Frank. I guess he got the Jones for a flamed version. I kind of like the regular. I mean, there's the regular and there's the flame. And I don't know if they throw down the picture. Okay, so here's Blade HQ with the flamed. 3.7. There's the model number KI4482. Alpha 2. I think Alpha 1, and here's your, it's S35VN, trailing point, plain, not serrated, that's for sure. Blue-gray color, well, it's flamed. Frame lock, Dirk Pinkerton design, okay? So, part of their Bladesmith series. And if you can see on this back page here, kind of, I think that's the A1 instead of the A2. So it's all that, but it's not flamed. Contoured handle, blah, 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 blah. And it's, what's cool? Made in China. Made in China, in case you people are not familiar with Kaiser brand. S35VN, there's their logo. There. Does look blue, doesn't it? I was talking to David from Kaiser. He's their rep. And he says, when I was over in China, because he was over in China before he went to the Atlanta Blade Show in June. So maybe April or late March or something, he was in China. In any case, he says, believe it or not, there's a guy. I mean, a guy that literally sits there at a bench and hand flames these scales. Wild. I guess this is not something you could just necessarily really do with any consistency and or professionalism until you've done it a lot of times. So practice makes perfect, obviously. And he sits there and does these. So, I mean, each one of these is going to be somewhat unique, actually. Oh, did you see this side? I'm sorry. Nomad and Dirk Pinkerton's logo up here. And, of course, some people do not like this pinwheel I don't know, pivot design, but it beats just a standard nothing as far as I'm concerned. I know one thing, the action on this knife is really nice. Bearings, sweet action, really good. The detent is not overpowering. It's not like a super, super, super strong detent. It can be shook out. So there you go. I'd say a 6.5. The thing is, it's so smooth that it's easy to deploy, but it's not hard to overcome the detent, but it's sufficient. I mean, you got to have that balance of you don't have to put way too much pressure on there to break it free of the detent. On the other hand, you don't want it falling out of the scales or to where it's so weak that it won't fully deploy. But this is a good, just just a perfect balance. It really is. Yep, perfectly centered. You know, you got no jimping up here, but look at that. Is that Barcalounger comfortable here? Look at this. I mean, you are, first of all, your flipper tab's not too far forward to be awkward, and it's leaning back a little bit, so really fit your finger. Yeah, in this case, with this specific design, I really do like the setup there. Really easy. With this push button, and you know, because when a flipper tab's pointing forward, really makes it difficult to push button. But this will either light switch or push button. So you go straight down, or you can light switch it and pull back like that. Either way, I like the light switch better on this. Of course, you've got these screws. Well, you can see the over travel stop that's built in here. And then these two screws hold in. Yeah. And you can see the insert here, hardened steel insert that interfaces with the S35VN blade. Good size knife. How does it line up with the Mannix? Well, the Mannix is 8 1/4 overall. Bigger knife than the Mannix. Really a more slender, though, more discreet carry in a way. It doesn't have that height here that the Mannix does. Whole different type of blade. If you like that Persian, then you're really going to like this knife. And I do. I'm kind of a sucker for a Persian. And if you like flamed, Persian, a larger carry, well, you're kind of there, aren't you? So 3 3/4 overall, which is about 96, 97 millimeters, and 22.5, which is not quite 9 inches, 8 7/8. And yeah, I'd say 8 7/8. We're right there, close. Now, I guess if you just held it under here, you could almost claim a 4-inch blade. Because I'm measuring up to, where that scale comes as far forward as it does. But if you're measuring along the base here, then you can see you're getting really almost 4 inches out of here before you get up to this, right up into this choil here. Like I said, no jimping on the flipper tab, but it's pretty comfortable. It really doesn't, I don't know that you need it. Easy to disengage the lock bar right here. Although really the difference in the height, usually sometimes they'll cut down here a little bit to kind of expose this lock bar, make it easy to transition and disengage. But really it disengages pretty well anyhow. I think you've got a little bit here that's catching your thumb as you go across. Click. Nice. Good action. Centered. No blade play or lock rock. Really nice. Good knife. I like it. Wonder how fat this thing is. Feels good in the hand. Well, it's a little over a 1/2 inch. Okay. Which is about 13 millimeters. By the way, what do we got for blade stock here? Is that 4 or not quite? Yeah, 4 millimeters. Pretty heavy. Okay. Yeah, 0.158. There you go. So good size, thick blade stock, S35VN, like we said, titanium, flamed. And you know what? I'll have to get the non-flamed, but I wonder if the flaming doesn't kind of affect the feel of the scales. Look at all this. I mean, talk about Traction City, right? I mean, you've got these machined in here, and then you've got these scallops all along here, front and back. That's a lot of work. That takes some juice, doesn't it? I guess we're tip up, tip down. See this? Pocket clip. I don't know why anybody would really want to carry tip down, but, and right hand only. I think if you were going to bounce things around, you'd bounce it right or left, tip, right or left rather than right and right. Tip up, down, right and left, tip up, as opposed to that, but whatever. Like I was saying on this, I know it's got, it's got traction and stuff, but this has kind of a feel, and I don't know if the flaming makes it this way or if it's the bead blast finish. It makes it feel kind of chalky, kind of that chalky feel almost. It's not a real schlick feel. It's kind of this, it's kind of a chalky feel. So it's a little bit more grippy actually because of that. And it's kind of interesting too. Wow. Oh, well, I mean, I showed you the box and then of course the outer box, and here's your deal. Nomad, 3.78 inches, what they're calling it, and the model number and that kind of stuff. So the inner box with the zipper pouch and the paperwork and the microfiber cloth all slides into here. So it's really a nice package. I like their presentation. I do. Always have. I think a knife is supposed to cut something, be able to, I don't know. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right, okay. So yeah, seems like it's pretty sharp. Yeah, wow, that's impressive. Okay, so yes, it's doing what a knife should do. Don't you like that? Another one bites the dust. So how much does this weigh? What do you think? What are your bets? Well, you saw the specs, so let's see if it proves out. 5.2. Okay, you're right there. And 148 grams. So for a big knife, titanium, flamed and frame lock, and 4mm blade stock, not bad. Just over the 4s. So feels good. Balance, about right there. Stamped clip, black. Any machining inside? Don't see any cutaways or anything for skeletonized. Standoffs. They kind of loaded them up here, didn't they? All three right along here. Guess that's the design influence there. I don't know that it needed to be that. We probably could have stuck one there, there, and there. But seems like it holds it together pretty well. Not a really large, overwhelming pivot. Have you noticed? Seems kind of small in comparison with the knife. But then again, the height here is not huge. Let's maybe go this way instead. So 25mm, not even quite an inch, right? So that's pretty slight. Slide it in. How much blade is sticking out of there? Not much. Not much. They using the scales pretty much with the length of the blade. Looks like it. Can't get, no, can't get to the tip. So that's just about as much as you can use without getting a little bit dangerous, right? Shove the fat of my finger through there. Come on, fat boy. Can you? Nope, can't touch you. So there you go. I mean, Dirk Pinkerton designed Nomad. Every time I saw it, I always thought this is one that's on my list. I kind of got to get my hands on. I was really conflicted by the flamed. Now, Frank, I know, dude, you like the flamed, and you know what? I think you done converted me. I mean, you know, if I got the plain without the flamed, then I think I'd want to do some anode to it because it's a lighter color titanium, and then it's kind of a big open, slate. And I don't know that you can do much because you've got a pocket clip that you can't anodize. I guess you could Cerakote it. But with this way, it's kind of already done because it's flamed. It kind of makes it a bit badass in my book and goes better with the black pocket clip in that regard. So I think if I had one to go in my permanent collection, which this has got to go on the list for me. It's got to go on the list for me. And there's not a lot that go on the list for me, but I love the Persian. I like this whole design. I know Frank went off the scales with it. I think it's the Persian. I think it's the overall deal plus the flamed. But yeah, I guess I got to go with you on that. And check that out. That action's really good. The action's really good. Yeah, it's so easy. And you know what? That's a fairly slender carry, not overly heavy, but a lot of blade out there. A lot of blade out there. And you know what? That looks pretty well done, too, as far as symmetry. Yeah. Hell, they must have machines and everything. It looks pretty damn good. Just giving you a hard time. Yeah, looks really symmetrical. The grind on it. And really, that's a nice, it's not overly done. Oh my God, I'm going to cut my thumb off. Man, I just thought I about did it. You know what? That is sharp. That blade is sharp. Oh, I almost opened it up. In any case, yeah, I was going to say that grind is really nice. Very smooth on this blade. So, hey, I'm liking it. Yes, I am. And you know what we do? We love them knives. Yes, we do love them knives. So, buddies, you might want to prescribe to my channel, or you could subscribe to my channel. And we have giveaways every once in a while, but the giveaways are for subscribers only. So if you want to do it, subscribe, stay alert. We have giveaways at different times. We have table sales too, knife sales, and they're usually screaming deals, or at least really, really respectable deals on knives, depending on who's contributing knives to the sale and what their pricing thing is. Because I don't tell them what to do with their pricing. They'll either sell or they won't. I might give them a little bit of input, but it's ultimately up to them. And there's all kinds of activities. Knife sales, giveaways, reviews. God only knows what's coming next. But it's always something strange and wonderful on the LTK channel. Take care, my friends. Don't lose your edge.